just part of the where, we have things recorded so people can always watch when it's convenient. And I know being in the middle of summer, and especially here in BC, Canada, for us is a long weekend. So I know a lot of people are away camping or outing. So yeah. So anyway, guys, welcome back to another of our monthly Eagle team meeting today. So welcome. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Tell us where you're joining from. I'd love to hear, how global we are. So on today's agenda, we have a few things. Of course, we'll always start off with our leaderboard. And then after that, we have, this is actually a little special request from Kim, and I was able to pull it off. It's a big, huge thank you to, probably gonna say her name right, but Yaricet, for putting it together last minute for me. So I'll go into that a little bit, and then we'll have a little short presentation from her. And then also I've got a request to go over FA0, how it works. So we'll go through that. And then also we're going to go through a little bit on the EmGuard and the KAir, because I know there's some question that comes up around it. How does it work? Not the product itself, but in terms of the business strategy, right? So I just want you guys to have a clear understanding so that you can better guide your mentees or your new business partner on how to structure their business. Okay, and then like I said, if we have time at the end, we will go into some Q&A if you guys have it. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are going to, celebrate our leaderboard this month. And I get ahead of myself there. So you guys can all see my screen. Good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So okay, I forgot to edit. Yeah, it is July 25. I forget, it's August, but we're celebrating July success. So we always start off with, let me just make this bigger so that we can see it. Okay, alrighty, so leaderboard. So we always start off with celebrating our top 3 buyers for the month, like within our team here. So we have coming in, this is brand new face, 3rd place with 8 buyers is Dianalis Brito. I hope I said your name correctly. Congratulations, 8 buyers. And then coming in 2nd place, nobody, I guess, not somebody new or not somebody we're not familiar with, but our amazing coach, Lysandra, with 19 buyers. Big congrats to Lysandra. So that's, that's probably 1.5 buyers a day in a month of 31 days. So amazing results. And this month, coming in first, which beats Lysandra, is her mentee is Yaricet Mena with 23 buyers, guys. So 30 day in July, but 23 buyers. That's amazing. That's almost 1 buyer a day. And like I said, I have requested her to share a little bit with us because, when we see someone having great results, we want to pick their brains. We want to learn from them and to see we can apply that to our business. And Yaricet had been so kind and generous, was able to pull this off I swear it's last minute. I messaged her yesterday and she said, okay, I'll do it first thing tomorrow. So unfortunately, she can't be here live with us today because she's got some commitment, but she sent me a video and shared some stuff. So we'll go through that. Okay, so congratulations to our top 3 buyers for the month of July. Big congrats. And then, of course, we always like to celebrate, new business owners that are getting first-time buyers and first business partners or distributors. So starting off with first buyer, we've got a long list this month. So we have Alison with first buyer, Rada, Afif, Jeremy. So she's got her first buyer after 1 week of launching her ad campaign, I assume. And Shakila, first buyer. And then we also have Gina Kim. And that's not it, guys. There's still more. And then also first buyer, we have Jan Yang, Colleen Hall, Candice, Sophia Lynn, Patty Yu, and Danielis Brito again. So she got her first buyer, but also came in 3rd with 8 buyers this month. So I'd love to hear what her secret is, right? So this is obviously a newbie, but it's already killing the business. Alrighty, so congratulations all those that have your first buyer. First buyer is super exciting because it's always a kind of like a validation of that the system does work. Because I still remember my first buyer. I'll always tell this story. I was shaking. I was like, oh, you do it, but you don't know if it's really going to work. But when you get that first buyer, it's amazing because, you never met this person. They just saw your ad, they click, they watch, they pay the $149. And yeah, they became the first buyer. Alrighty, so moving on is for those, we're congratulating those who have their first distributor. So first distributor, oops, sorry, I'm ahead of myself. First distributors is, your first mentee. And it's always exciting because that's when you step up and you become a mentor, right? Because now that you have your first distributor, that means you have a mentee, you are now a mentor. And guys, don't ever feel like you're not ready or you're not good enough, you don't want enough to be mentoring somebody. Just realize that you don't need to know everything. You just need to know that you're actually a few steps ahead of your mentee. So you have enough knowledge to guide them. And as you build the business, as you keep going, you're going to gain more knowledge, more information so that you grow, and also you can help more of your mentee and grow their business as well, because they're starting where you used to be, right? So they just started the business. They're just making their business page, which you've done those steps. So you can guide them because you've done it before yourself, right? You don't need to know everything because they're probably not going to be asking. Well, even if they ask you a question about ads, you still do know because it was your ad that got them to here to be your first buyer, first distributor. So don't ever discredit yourself, right? So just own it and know that you are, right? You don't need to be the expert at everything, but just know that you're already ahead of the person you're here to guide. So just go in there with a lot of like faith that you do know, right? So don't sell yourself short that you don't think you have enough and then shy away, because remember, the universe is only going to give you what you are ready for. So if you keep telling yourself, oh, I don't know enough, I'm not good enough, I can't help somebody, I can't mentor somebody. So if you have that mindset, you're not going to attract buyers or distributor into your business because you keep telling the universe you're not ready. You're not ready to be a mentor yet. So know that you are ready, okay? Alrighty, so again, first distributor, Claudia, and then Claudia Marla, Claudia Soto, Afif. So Afif is also the one that got the first distributor, which also became first buyer, but then also became first distributor, I assume. And then Gina Kim, who's got her first distributor in 2 weeks with no ads running. So guys, I know that our business is around advertising and marketing and stuff, but there are so many people in Dreaming that are killing the business with no ads, because now social, with what we learned from the convention in June and what Simon Hein has been teaching us, the algorithm, the game is changing. It's not all about paid advertising. It's about creating valuable content that is connecting you to your audience. And with no ads, you can still attract people if you're putting out valuable content that, that aligns with people, that resonate and that connects people, and that will still drive traffic to your page, and that will still convert just, I guess, cold traffic into leads and then buyers and business partner as well. Okay. So it's still possible. You don't need a huge ad budget, but you do need to put in the time and effort to create content. And then, of course, more first distributor is Chung Ching, Mark, Jenny Sun, and Jane Mao. So congratulations for all those that got your first distributor. You've just been promoted to mentor now. Alrighty, and then moving on, we're going to be celebrating new ranks in our team for the month of July. So moving up to 3A, we got Janet Gomez, 3A, and then we have Chani Lam, who got to 3A in, with her top and her stacked account in just 3 months with no ads, guys. So again, like I said, it's still possible with no ads. So like I said, content, that's what it's going to connect with people, because you can be paying lots of money to an ad, but if your ad doesn't resonate with them, you're just throwing money, away down the drain, and it's not going to connect. It's not going to convert people. But if you're putting out quality content, the algorithm will, put your content out there in front of the right people that you're going to attract. And then of course, and 3A goes to also Emma Ross, top account and stacked account in 1 month with no ads. So again, it's possible. 1 month, no ad, getting to 3A for a top and a stacked account. That's amazing. So guys, it's all possible. So just keep going. And then 4A in the house, we have Marilyn and Yona for 4A, Chair Zhao, and also Yaricet Mana. She's got the 3A and a 4A stacked account. Okay, so her 3A, her stacked account is 3A and 4A. So you know how when we stack, we have two multiple account. So I assume the third account is a 3A and maybe her second or her first account is 4A. So she's really killing it out there. That's all I can say. Alrighty, and moving on, celebrating big milestone 5A, and which is also soon to be 6A. Saklina, congratulations, girl. You can see here, you know, she's got her first stacked at 5A because her top is already 5A for a while. So today we're celebrating her first stacked hitting 5A and her top account soon to be 6A. So as you can see, she's got another 4A on the other side that was soon to be 5A. And I'm assuming, you know, once that hit 5A, this should drive this to 4A. Because guys, so now with the new quadfecta strategy, if you have your first leg as your quad, you know, your ukon in your first leg, and then when you stacked, so between the two sides, you imagine if this one gets to 5A, which is 50 points, and this one gets to 5A, another 50 points, that should get your top account to 6A because 50 plus 50 is 100. So that's why we have this quadfecta strategy to help us get to 6A faster and building our second account at the same time. So I mean, for those that start a trifecta, that's still okay. You know, you got stacked and you probably got an eagle. If you're not, you can always buy an account and start building that. But that's why over the years, you know, Mike or the Dream Team has kind of tweaked the strategy just to help people achieve that rank of 6A2 faster. Alrighty, big congrats, Saklina. And I believe that's it for this month. So congratulations to all the top leaders in buyers this month and new buyers, new distributors, and new rank up. Alrighty, big congrats. Okie dokie. So moving on, I'm gonna be sharing Yaricet. So she has sent me, so I requested her to make, if she can come on present, but she can't. So I said, okay, if you can't, then just please make me a short video, kind of sharing, you know, what you're doing at your ad, where you're advertising, who you're targeting. So she does have a short video for us. And then after that, we're gonna take a quick, we'll take a look at her ad because she also is kind of send us her ad. And then also we're gonna take a scroll through her business page to see, you know, what's going on in her business page, just to get an overall look of what's going on in her business to see what we can learn. So this is the video she made for us this morning. So let me just, oh, it is from the beginning. So let's play this.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Karen, for inviting me to this meeting. Well, be able to make it today because I have an important family commitment this afternoon. That's why I'm making this video. And my name is Yaricet. I'm originally from Cuba, living now in Texas, USA. I'm a nurse by profession, and I found out this business 4 years ago. I have 3 years running the business due to a family health issue. I started with YouTube, which is my favorite platform. But like 6 months ago, I decided to give Facebook a try. Running all my ads in Spanish. My audiences are mostly like women's professionals, workers. I use define further to narrow a little bit my audiences, people with different backgrounds. I look for interest also, applying tips from people that have time on this business with experience like Coach Lisandra, Coach Karen, Coach Dave, and Roxanne. I watch all the masterminds, daily droppings. Also, I focus on branding. I use colors like blue, yellow, purple, trying to keep consistent, especially on my website and business page. Visuals are very important in this business or any marketing business. Most of the buyers I'm getting right now are coming from Facebook. Facebook is a bit tricky the first, but once you learn it, it gets easier and easier. So I check my ads daily. After I launch on ads, 7 days after, I look at things like cost per lead, and the average video play and other things. Then I compare results with quality leads. I check again 7 days after those parameters, and then if I don't see the results I want, I'm gonna create a new ad. So I don't like to duplicate ad. That's me. I prefer to start from scratch. I'm always creating audiences. I have like a 2-3 backup audiences in case I need it. You have to be consistent on this business. Follow what you are doing because this is your business. So I'm not doing nothing different, just being consistent and with discipline. So I will show you now my business page, my website, and my YouTube channel, and I will send Coach Karen my video in that way you can see. I try to translate from Spanish to English using the IA, but I couldn't make corrections. If you see any spelling, that was not me, it was IA. So I will share the screen right here. Okay, this is my YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm using same colors I told you, purple, the yellow, and blue. Description here about me, why I started this business, the ways they can reach out to me. Here, my WhatsApp, my Facebook link, my email right here. I don't have too much short video here, so my ads are here. This is the one I'm running right now in YouTube. This is my thumbnail. You see the colors. I use the purple here, sorry, the pink one, because I want to, highlight it. A lot of video here that I have been using on my ads. This is, I believe, one of the first one. Right here, you can see my website, same picture. Start your own digital business and change your life forever. I use same colors here. That's me. This is about myself and why I started this business. And right here, you can see some picture testimonies, Coach Lisandra, Coach Lorena, and Coach Dave and Roxanne. I have them here because they are Christian, and I focus also my audience in Christian people. Here is my business page. As you can see, similar photos, similar colors. I have here a mix of contents in between business and family time. Coach Lisandra, she's one of my mentees. This is live that I did a couple of weeks ago. It's me talking about business right here, mindset. That was a coaching call. Those are the moments that you can, catch with a video, short video or a photo that you can use on your business page. More about the business with meeting with Coach Lisandra. As a family time, my backyard, a little bit more about mindset, me with my family, Coach Lisandra, meeting so with her. So that's a little bit more mindset, my daughter and me, more about the business. That was another interview I did with one of my mentees. She's a nurse like me. I'm gonna stop sharing now. I will send Coach Karen the video, so in that way you can take a look and see how I made a video. So I focus more on the pain points because that's the way I have found to, find a relation with that audience, get the connection with them. And that's something that I have been checking for years. Now that I'm a coach and I can, have my own coaching calls every time I have a buyer. That's what they say. So as soon as I saw you in the video, I feel that was me, the one that was talking there. So it's the relation that you create, the connection that you create with the audience. I believe the pain points are crucial in any video, and of course the hook. The hook, those 5-7 seconds at the beginning are crucial too. So thank you so much, Karen. Okay, you have the video, go ahead and show it. And thank you for inviting me.
Alrighty, guys, I'll stop. Okay, so guys, you just saw, a short clip that she has been gracious to, share with us and her experience, what she's doing. I do have her ad and I do have her business page. We'll scroll through it quickly, but I just want to recap what she said there. So from what I hear is you guys say, the point is just that staying consistent and basically treating this business like a business, right? So if you want to grow a business, you have to put in the time, the effort, and be consistent and disciplined. So I know most of us get into this and we end up treating this as a hobby, right? When you have free time or when you're not busy, then you post. But if you're too busy or your days get crazy, you don't post. So, I mean, if you have a job, just imagine you show up to work when you feel like it or when it's convenient for you. And then just say tomorrow you don't feel like working or you slept in or something, you don't show up. Like, look at what your paycheck will be at the end of the month, right? So I know, like, that's why something you have to treat this like a job, then you will build it and over time it will pay off. I know it's hard as an entrepreneur because in the beginning we invested money our time, our effort, and we may see zero results, like nothing. And it's so easy to say, to give up and not work because you're working so hard, you see nothing. And going back to a job is so much easier because you put in those 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. At the end of the month, you'll get that paycheck, right? But because most of us choose, if you choose that road, you're going to end up being trapped in that we call the rat race or the grind or the cycle, because you can't break free, because your salary, your income will be capped on the hours you're working. But I know with a business, especially with our business, it takes time in the beginning to build it, but eventually you'll reach the tipping point where your income from the business will surpass your regular job, but with you doing less. And that's when you're going to get that, that freedom, that time where you get to live life on your own term and not rely on just that one source of income again. So that's why we have this business set up the way it is, where you build it alongside your current job if you are working, so that your financial status at home will not change. Because if you were to quit your job and build this business right away, it takes time for it to build. So it's all consistency. So you can see that she started this business 3 years ago, but who was Yaricet like 3 years ago? Nobody know, but that's because she said of health reasons she wasn't focusing on the business, and then once she starts to focus, being consistent, that's when she's got like amazing results. So that's all it is. Like she said, I'm not doing anything different. It's everything that we learned from mastermind, from daily drop-in. So guys, we do have amazing resource. It's just that at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, are you taking the time? Are you putting in the time and the effort on your business, right? Or are you just doing this when it's convenient, right? So we have mastermind weekly. We have daily drop-in every day. So if you're not good at creating ad content, come to my ad content review. Come to, I think another lady does it, Ann Turbo, she does a story or something, right? And if you don't know how to do the targeting and stuff, come to Dave and Roxanne on YouTube ads, or Katrina has one on Facebook. Or if you have question as a newbie, come to Jackson's drop-in, because he has those Q&A for newbies, right? So we have so much resources. So really, at the end of the day, there's no excuses for why it's not working. So the only, like we said, the only varying factor is you, because we are all handed the same business model, the same tools, the same resources. But some people have results and some don't. But at the end of the day, it's just getting to the truth and being real, and being just facing the truth and asking yourself, are you doing what? Because it's always easy to sit on the other side and watch other have success and saying, oh, they're lucky, or they have it easier, or because of this, of that. But maybe not. Maybe behind the scene, they're doing a lot, they're putting, working 5 hours in their business versus just one, like you, right? So we can't really compare, because we just don't know what people are doing behind the scene. But it does show that with consistency, perseverance, and just putting in the work, the effort, it will turn out. Because otherwise, Dream Team would not have over 250,000 members, and we would not still be here and growing every day still after 8-9 years being online, right? So, the future, is going online. I honestly, like, whether you like it or not, we can't deny it, like, especially with what's happening with AI and everything, right? So it's just that we need to pivot, we need to adapt, we need to learn the skills, and to kind of stay ahead of the game, right? So we're very fortunate that we're already in the marketing space, or in the online space now, right? So we're already ahead of a lot of people, and we've got this golden opportunity. It's just that we need to really run with it. Okay, enough for me. So we're gonna go over and we'll take a look at her ad. So unfortunately, it is in Spanish. So she did say she did do the AI subtitle translation, but she didn't have enough time to edit to make sure that it's correct. But I guess we'll get the gist of it from the ad. So bear with. So yeah. So for those of you that cannot understand Spanish, you just need to kind of read the subtitle with me, just like me. Okay. There we go. What happened? Let me try it again.
Si a pesar de tener un buen trabajo o profesión, sientes que lo que ganas se te va con facilidad y que no sales de ese ciclo de trabajar y pagar cuentas y como si no bastara nunca tienes tiempo para ti y tu familia, pues déjame contarte que a mí me pasaba igual y si te quedas 3 minutos te voy a compartir la oportunidad que me permitió a mí pasar de tener 2 trabajos como enfermera a poder crear mi propio negocio online. Mi nombre es Yari, vivo en Houston, Texas con mi familia, pero soy originaria de Cuba y les cuento que hace 10 años yo llegué a este país. Como todo inmigrante tuve que empezar de cero. Pude validar mi título como enfermera, lo que me permitió trabajar varios años, tener un mejor salario, eso pensaba yo, hasta que en el año 2021 mi esposo tuvo un accidente que lo dejó deshabilitado por 2 años. En ese momento yo me convertí en el único sustento de mi familia, trabajaba sin descanso. Les cuento que perdí todos mis ahorros. Estaba perdiendo la casa, perdimos un auto, yo me busqué otro trabajo, yo salía a manejar en ese carro llorando todo el camino, ida y regreso, y yo me secaba las lágrimas antes de entrar porque no quería que ellos me vieran. Estaba desesperada, desesperada y psicológicamente me estaba afectando mucho porque sentía que no tenía fuerza. Yo no tenía ni la opción de poder escoger entre cuidarlo a él y su cirugía y mis hijos y trabajar. Tenía que hacerlo porque literal nos moríamos de hambre. Empecé a buscar y vi un video de una chica que había podido en 15 meses crear su negocio digital. Le dije, si ella lo pudo hacer y pudo dejar su trabajo y dedicarse por completo, pues yo también. Me registré y vi el taller. Bueno, les cuento que al inicio sí me dio un poco de miedo, como le puede pasar a cualquiera de ustedes. Muchos de nosotros vienen de tratar negocios donde no nos ha ido bien, donde a veces pensamos que el idioma o la falta de experiencia nos va a limitar. Y les cuento que no podemos vivir nuestros miedos y sueños al mismo tiempo. Yo di el salto de fe, de lo único que me arrepiento es de no haberlo hecho antes. Fue lo que a mí me permitió recuperar mi casa, pagar mis deudas y estar hoy presente para mi familia. Y me siento bendecida hoy de poder ayudar a otras familias que están pasando por situaciones similares a la que yo pasé a alcanzar sus metas. Es un negocio que es grande, es un negocio que está registrado en más de 23 países, que se declaran taxes acá en Estados Unidos en un 1099. Algo que me encantó es que no hay que hacer ventas. A mí no me gustan las ventas, así que si a ti te gustan las ventas, este negocio definitivamente no es para ti. Y lo otro es que tiene un entrenamiento paso a paso a base de videos y junto a mentores puedes crear tu negocio en 3 a 4 semanas y poder hacerlo mientras trabajas. Ya cuando las ganancias sobrepasen las de tu empleo, te puedes dedicar a él por completo. Otra cosa que me encanta es que tiene un plan de compensación que es único. Esto es algo que yo no he visto en ningún otro negocio donde te pagan pagos residuales mensuales que son mayores que cualquier retiro. Aquí en Estados Unidos un retiro va de los 1,000 a los 2,000 dólares, lo cual no alcanza solamente para nada, solo para lo básico. Y qué bueno sería tú poder retirarte a una edad temprana y es algo también que lo puedes dejar como legado a tus hijos cuando ya no puedes hacer más el negocio. Así que eso también me abrió los ojos cuando encontré la oportunidad. Quisiera compartir toda la información por acá, pero realmente no me alcanza el tiempo. Mi consejo es que usen su tiempo sabiamente. Es el activo más importante que tenemos. No dejes que nadie lo haga por ti. Si quieres tener más información, te puedes registrar abajo con tu nombre, un buen email. Te va a llegar el mismo taller que yo vi, dura solamente 20 minutos, está en español. También puedes pedir acceso al grupo privado de Facebook que tenemos o me puedes contactar por WhatsApp si así lo deseas. Bueno, solo me queda darte las gracias por mirar. Que Dios te bendiga y nos vemos dentro.
Okay, so that was her ad. So it's 3 minutes and 39 seconds. So just a little bit, I guess not a little bit, but about over 3 minutes long. So, like I said, typically an ad for me is between 2 to 3 minutes or so, or a little bit over 3 minutes. And like I can see why she said in her other video where when the buyers come in, they say that when they hear her ad, they can resonate, can relate, because you can see her, even though I can't understand Spanish, but from reading the subtitle and just hearing her story, where she's just being very authentic, very real. And that's all an ad is, guys. You don't need to come with anything crazy exciting. You just have to tell the truth, your story, your journey, and that's it. And that's exactly what she did, just telling her story, her struggle, what's going on in her life, and how she managed to find this business that helped her turn her life around, right? Because that's what people resonate with, because most of us, especially on social media, we like to put on, I guess, like that social media lifestyle, right? Where everything is good, everything is perfect. But behind the scene, we're all struggling, we're all suffering, we all have struggles, and we don't want to share that. But when you have the you know, the audacity and the authenticity to come on there and share your struggles and just being really real and authentic and raw. That's what people connect with, right? And that's when they can feel, oh my goodness, this lady is telling my story here that I think no one else is going through. No one has these struggles but me. Like they think, you know, like especially for her being an immigrant, like for like most of us, right? Coming to America, for Canada, you think you're coming to that dream lifestyle, but little did we know that there's so much struggles here as well, right? We might have a better life in terms of maybe safety, freedom, and basic necessity, but there's still that other burden, that other stress of the financial stress, you know, paying the bills, paying the mortgage, and all that stuff. So, so just for her, just to share her story and being real, it really inspired and connected with people, and I can see why she was able to attract so many leads and buyers. So that was her ad. I can share the link that in our team chat later again, if you want to have a look at it again, because I know, you know, a one-time play really fast, especially if you can't understand Spanish, you might want to read it again, just see how she's structured. So you can see that she had a very clear hook line. And then she even being clear in the part that, you know, stay with me for the next 3 minutes and I will share with you how I found something that helped me change my life, right? So just be very clear what you're alluding to in the business or in the ad or in the video, right? So just in the hook line, like she said, you'll have that 5 to 7 golden second to attract people, to hook people in, for them to stick around long enough to watch some of your video or most or all of your video. So you need to address your audience. Who are you speaking to? And then a pain point that they're going through. And then also you need to tell them how you can help them, or how this video, if they stick around, if they give you that 2 minutes, 3 minutes, how you can share this one opportunity, this one business, this one thing that helped you turn your life around. Because otherwise, why would people want to stay around and listen to you, right? So it's always like that. People will only hang around if they know there is something in it for them, right? So if they can learn something, if they can benefit something, if they can gain something, that's when they're going to stick around. So she was very clear, right? You know, stick around. I will show you. I will tell you. I will share with you. I will let you know. Like, you know, use any of those words, right? And just tell them that you're sharing an opportunity. You're not going to tell, like, you don't tell them anything, and you share your story, how it changed your life. And you did tell them to take action. You know, if you want more info, you want to know how I did it, you know, she was clear to us. I can't tell you in all this video. And then, right. So just click the link, watch that workshop, and get in touch with me. So basically, guys, like I said, like she said, there's nothing new. It's always been like that. Most of the ads is always the same. It's just like getting the pain point and telling them how you can help them, and then through a story, and then that they can resonate with you, right? Like her struggles with her husband, you know, as a new immigrant to America, and then also with her husband's accident, and you know, how basically they're at the bottom of their, you know, at the bottom, but to found this business that it can help her turn things around. Okay, so that's our ad. So now we're just going to quickly scroll through her Facebook page, because she also shared that with us. So this is her, I'll go back to the top, because so she did quickly share with us earlier. So this is her page. I like her. Well, her cover photo is very simple. There's no text on there, which I find is very strange, because usually we'll put some sort of slogan, some sort of quotes, and then with our, what is it? Our website or something like that, but she has nothing, just her and her daughter. Beautiful picture where she's looking at the camera, they're all smiling. So it's just like warm, friendly. So when you see this, it's already someone that you can feel like you trust and you want to work with, right? So that's what your photo, you know, your cover should really embody, is that, because you are inviting people to join this business with you. So you should have a warm, inviting picture that, you know, shows welcoming. And again, her profile picture is great. It's a great headshot, clear, head on, no sunglasses. We can see, and remember, always make sure, especially in profile picture, you always have eye contact, right? Because eye contact shows that you are trustworthy, right? So if you're not looking at eye contact, that means you have something to hide. So that's just psychology. So we'll go through it. So she did pin some posts here, probably, I don't know, so Lysandra, I don't know what she's saying, but basically, yeah, so you guys can I'll share the link to that as well. And you can see that she does interview, and she does a lot of videos. So I see most of her posts are video based. And then she, like she said, you know, stuff on, like this one is on mindset here. You know, people don't hesitate to buy 50,000 cars, but when you want to spend 50,000 in business, they hesitate, or even just 10,000. And then she share about the business, just to show, like, and then of course she mixed it up with family time. So I think there was somewhere where she's saying, out with the girls and stuff, family. So it's just like, you can see there's like, her business page is very like, even just from the pictures here on the side is a lot of her picture. Because guys, remember, when someone comes to your business page or to your profile, they are there because they really want to know who you are. So when I come to a page and I see a lot of picture of that person like this, not, doesn't have to be in every post, but most of the posts, then I feel like she has nothing to hide. She's there. But if I come to a page and all I see is like posts and quotes and kind of like stock pictures and stuff, then it's like, who is this person? So that's why it's always, the saying is like, in order for the people to trust you, you have to be willing to let them inside your world a little bit, or you have to be willing to share a little bit of your world with them. So sharing your little world is just mean putting yourself out there on, have your face out there, and have, if you have families, right, maybe some pictures with family, or just your daily activity, where, what you had for dinner, what did you do today, or stuff like that. It's just that, remember, we're trying to create connection and build trust. So you can't build trust with someone if you're not allowing them to get to know you. So that's what it is, and that's how you're going to build the brand. And she did mention a lot about building a brand, where she's very particular with her colors to make sure that it's all the same across all her platform, YouTube, Facebook, and her website. Because like you said, you want people to recognize you. When they see a post pop up with those colors, they know that's you, right? And there's that connection, when they go from your page to your website, or from your ad to your website, they'll see that continuity of the color, the branding, right? So like, at the end of the day, we're all like an influencer. We're all doing branding here of ourselves, right? So whether you like it or not, once you choose to do this business on social media marketing, you are an influencer, right? Like, we don't like to think of that, because we're probably think we're nobody. But you know what, we all start small. I'm sure each and every one of us is influenced someone out there when they see their post. Might not be every post, but maybe like they're going through some rough time, and maybe one day they saw a particular mindset post or a quote that you put out there, and that helped them shift their mindset, or change their thinking, or change their day, or change that bad day for them. So just remember, in a small way, we're all influencer. We're influence somebody out there. Just don't think you need to have millions of followers to become an influencer, because once you start putting posts out on social media, you are an influencer. Well, the most is you influence yourself already. So guys, that is just a share from Yaricet, because 23 buyers in a month. I'm sure we all wonder, what is she doing differently, or what is she doing that's helping her achieve that result? So I hope that will help some of you, especially for newbies, and maybe for some of you, just to revisit, like, what are you really putting in your business, right? So I will share all those links in the Elite Eagle Flock chat. So if you want to take a look at her business page further, or take a look at her ad again, then you are more than welcome to. So I'm going to move on now, and I'm going to do the presentation on what is it? The FA0. Okay. So let's, I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay. So here we go. So FA0 has been popping up here and there recently, and Sakleen has asked me to maybe talk about this a little bit. So just to keep people some clarity on what it is, how it works, and basically how, if an opportunity come up, how they can apply it to their business. So I'll go through the presentation. If you have question along the way, you can stop to ask me. Just maybe you have to unmute yourself and speak up, because I have on share screen, I might not be able to see you. Maybe you can do the raise hand. I think I'm able to see you and pick you out to ask the question, because I think that will be most helpful as I'm going through. Then we can take a look at the question at the same time. So that way it's, it's aligned. Anyway, so FA0, what is FA0 and how does it work? So what is the FA0 system? So it's actually FA, I just actually learned this myself. It means field activity. So it's a system for inactive FO status distributors, right? So for people, so an FO status is someone that is the people that who haven't sold any or earned any commissions within 2 years or more, right? So if you have no sales or none of your team, or there's no commission you've earned within the last 2 years, then you're considered an F0 distributors. Okay, so it is a chance for that F0 distributor to restart under a new sponsor, or we call mentor, in a different 6A 2-3 group and become active again. So basically what eMagic kind of like purpose or reason to have this FA0 status is that for people to be able to restart their business and start under a different mentor, a different sponsor. So maybe 4 years ago, someone joined, like you joined the business under somebody, and now, then you did it for about a year, and then you kind of stop or you quit, and then maybe your mentor even quit the business too, right? So there's no more support. So now you found someone from the dream team maybe, and you love the dream team system and you want to join this, but you already have a distributor ID, and maybe you already have some sales under you, but you haven't been active for the last 3 years. So that means no sales, no nothing, and your team has not been active. So now you want to start with somebody from the dream team. Let's say you want to start under Kim, but so eMagic allows you to be able to move your account from your existing account under Kim. Okay, so you can start again, starting under a new mentor, a new sponsor. But the only thing is that new mentor sponsor has to be in a different 6A 2-3 group. So everybody in the business will have an upline. Eventually you will move up the upline, and that your -3 upline. So I think for everyone here, most of you, I am your -3 upline. Some of you, Janet, my is your upline, because my is not my top account. That's a -3 account. So therefore, some of you that are under my top account, I am not your -3 upline. Okay, so that's how it's just work. So if, for example, is Kim is under my -3 group, and she wants to change mentor. Now maybe she wants to move to be under Jackson, because Jackson is in a different -3 group, then that is allowed. But let's say Kim wants to move and be under Saklina, but Saklina is under my -3 group, so it's the same group. So Kim cannot change to be under Saklina. So Kim has to, basically, she can't do the FA0. If she truly wants to do the business again under Saklina, she needs to cancel her ID, cancel or terminate her account, and wait 6 months, and then buy a new product and start fresh under Saklina. Okay, so because we're in the same -3 group. So but then if Kim wants to move to Jackson, because Jackson's under a different -3 group, she can do the FA0 and move over and right away and start, no problem. Okay, are we clear on that point? I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear. Let me know if you're not. Okay, so how to qualify to do the FA0. So one, you must be an FA0 status, which we talked about, no sales or commission within the last 2 years. And you must buy a new machine or an Ukon Sigma, Ukon DD, E8, P8 card, or discounted machines, or cannot count. I'm not sure if EmGuard or KAir will count for this. I'm sure it should, because it's treated like a product. So you need to buy a new product, and then you will get a new distributor ID number when you make that new purchase, and your old ID will become invalid. So the same scenario. So if Kim wants to move under Jackson, she needs to buy a new product. So let's say she buys a new K8 machine, and then she's got a new ID for that new K8 machine under Jackson, which she will be running her business, putting all the sales under that new ID now. So her old ID will become invalid, right? She cannot use that for sales anymore. Okay, so that's how that works. And then, so important things to know. So these are some of the things. So a downline cannot be moved. Only the FA0 is removed. So no longer earns commission from downline. So for example, let's say Kim is a 5A. So obviously 5A, she's got downline, she's got sales under her, she's got let's say she's got 52 points. So when she moves over, let me just read everything before I do that explain. Only one account can be moved if you have multiple. So if we already stacked, you have multiple account, you can only choose one account that you want to move over. Obviously, you want to move the one with the most points. And then, oops. So sales points that are within the 8-point count will carry over for you. So name changes are not allowed after you've done an FA0 move. You no longer be entitled to any commissions accumulate from replacement filters under the previous ID number. Okay, so I just read all that. I'm going to go and explain how it works. So for example, that same example, Kim, let's say 52 points, basically a 5A. So now she moves over to Jackson, okay? Because you can't move Saklina. So let's just say she FA0 to Jackson. So she buys a new machine under Jackson. And now she has a new ID. She can put all her future sales under there. So her old ID will become inactive, and any team member, any mentee, any downline she have under that old ID number, they can still running their business. But if they have any sales, that old ID of Kim will not earn any commission or points because that one has become invalid. So even though she's got a new ID here, but she cannot earn that point and commission from that previous under her previous ID number to the new one. Okay, so like she disconnected with that. So the people under there can still run their business and grow and move up, but that old ID of Kim will not benefit anything. Okay, but when Kim move over, she's already got 52 points. So the great thing about FA0 is you can move your points over. So when she purchased under Jackson, a new ID, but that ID will already have 52 points and she get to start as a 5A. She doesn't need to start at 1A because that's the benefit of the FA0. You don't have to start from scratch, right? So you're allowed to move all your effort. Basically, you got 52 points. You get to move that 52 points over. You just cannot move the team over, okay? But she got the 52 points and then she just keep building, making sales to get herself to 6A, okay? So that's the point about the sales point. So name change is not allowed. So let's just say Kim register her original account under Kim Nguyen. Now she move over to Jackson, still register as Kim Nguyen. So that account is not qualified or is not allowed to do a name change. Like Kim in the future cannot decide it, oh, I want to change the name into a corporation and change the name. So it's not allowed. Like I understand the reason why Enagic is not allowed that because they are trying to prevent people from buying account, right? So maybe Kim is really inactive, even though she moved over, she's not really technically running the business, but maybe Jackson will start running that business for her, that ID number, but she just need that point from Kim to move over. So that's why after Kim move over, like incorporate the account, and then the incorporation is under Jackson. So Jackson technically owns that account, but it used to be Kim. So that's why Enagic is not allowing us to do a name change because they don't want people to be kind of like buying accounts over like that. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason behind why they don't allow the name change. And then no longer entitled to any commissions accumulated from filter sale. So if you guys do not know this, so if they're within your team or your downline, and if it's within your 8 points, so filters still give you commission just like any machine sales within 8 points. But then for you to receive the commission payout for filter, it needs to reach a certain threshold, right? So every filter is worth, like K8 filters are $7 per point. So and I think it's a hit a threshold of $200 worth. So let's say you have one filter that you have $7 in commission, they'll bank that for you, right? So they'll accumulate until you hit 200, then they'll just cut you a check for $200 in for filter commission sales. So let's just say that old ID has got about $150 in commission for filter. It hasn't reached the 200, which means they don't get the payout yet. But if you move over and start over, then that $150 in commission for the old ID will become like, you're not entitled for that. Like, so I guess Enagic just keeps that, they don't pay you out. So you start over building up your filter commission sales under your new ID now. Okay, so that's just one point about the filter, which is a minor thing, but it was on there. So I think that explains this slide. So does anybody have a question about this slide? No? Okay. So, of course, there's Tokarai distributors. So Tokarai distributor are the one that actually did not pay in full for a machine, but it's sort of on a kind of payment plan with the thing. So, so if you are a Tokarai distributor and you want to do FA0 over, you must cancel your existing Tokarai status, and you have to finish paying out that machine payment that you started for the Tokarai. And you cannot join the FA system while under Tokarai. So basically, Tokarai cannot do an FA0. So that's basically it is. So you can't join while under Tokarai. So basically, you need to finish off the payment. So let's say a Tokarai is someone on it's a special payment plan, okay? and maybe they still have an outstanding balance of $2,000 and they're still considered a tokerized, so they cannot FA0. But once they pay off that machine and they are no longer a tokerized, but I guess they're a full distributor now because they're not on that special payment plan anymore, then I guess at that point, if they want to move over, they can. But of course, with the same condition, no sales within the last 2 years, then they can move over. So that's just in particular the tokerized. And then regarding the ranks up for the FA's distributor, so let's say an FA distributors who were a 6A in the previous position, so they want to do FA0 over to the new one, then and they will need to achieve 6A again by selling 30 units within the 6 month that they FA0 over. However, they will not qualify for the 6A title incentive again because you're already existing 6A. So let's say Kim is a 6A already, and she, for some reason, she's a 6A and she kind of did not run her business for 2 years, and her whole team kind of, I don't know why, they're dead as well. Nothing happening in her business. So for 2 years, she has no sales, no commission, and she's already a 6A. But now, I don't know, she wants to restart the business. She's really excited to do the business, but she wants to do it under Jackson. Yes, she can FA0 over and keep her 6A. She's still a 6A. Actually, she's not a 6A if she want to achieve that 6A again. So when she move over, I guess she's just a 5A. But if she wants to be able to have that 6A rank, she will need to have 30 units. I don't know why I got a call, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry, let me just, I don't know why. Okay, where is? Okay. Now let's go back there. Okie dokie. So she can move over as a 6A, but she needs to sell 30 units again to get her 6A title again. But even though she achieved the 6A one more time, but she will not get the $3,000 incentives, okay? So that's for someone as a 6A moving over as a FA0. And then for distributors that are 5A and below, and who have a total group sale of 70 units or 70 points, they will be recognized as a 6A and qualify for a title incentive under the regular condition. So if you have 70 points or less and you're 5A, or obviously 70 points, you're not going to be a 6A. So 70 points or less, and you do an FA0 over, then to rank up at 6A is just a regular condition, right? Get to the 100 points, 300,000 in sales, and to qualify the incentive, have your 10 sales within the month you're ranking up, and also the 7 direct sales. So same rules apply if you're FA0 below 70 units. But if you are in FA0 and you have over 70 units and you want to move over and you want to achieve 6A, then you need to have 30 sales within the next 6 months. So basically you have to get, because you're already at 70, which means you need 30 more to get to 100. So you have to have that 30 sales within the 6 months for you to achieve the 6A and get the, I guess, the title incentives for that. Okay, so those are the few rules that they have for someone to move over as FA0. So that's why you got to understand this. So when someone comes to you and they said, oh, I want to start over you, but I'm already an existing distributors and I want to move over and keep my points and my rank, then they need to understand this, because otherwise if they don't, then they might miss the opportunity like to rank up if they cannot get the 30 units in 6 months. So also here, and other things to know. So FA must be approved by the regional manager or the general manager if it's a 6A or higher, because we've got people who are 6A or even 6A2 -2 that FA0 over, and it has to be approved by the manager. And then also, if you are doing an FA0, every time you rank up, you must declare your rank up and it has to be recognized. So I think it's also preventing I guess people poaching distributor from different team, because some people move over and they just rank up, but they don't announce or declare. So their previous mentor or sponsor don't know. And I don't know why, but I guess it's just a policy for full transparency that, you moved over and that you ranked up. So I guess just so your sponsor know that, hey, you missed an eagle there. They were good, but you didn't take good care of them. But now they've ranked up under someone else. So maybe just incentivize like mentors and sponsor to really stay connected with their team, work on their team, and and basically their team won't move if they have the proper support. So in conclusion, the whole point of the FA0 is to help inactive distributor become active again under a new mentor or sponsor. So it's just basically giving people a choice, right? And then it will also help boost total team volume growth, because if you're able to, if someone wants to grow, but their existing mentor or sponsor is not growing, and if you don't have a team, it's hard to do it by yourself. But if you're able to go into a team that has the support, the energy, the vibe to grow, then obviously you're going to grow faster. And then it's also a fair and structured system for someone to have a fresh start with all those little rules in there. So it's not that you can just like, one day you're under me and the next day you see Lysandra and then you want to go over her. It's also to protect existing distributor too, right? Because maybe under my mentorship or guidance, you're able to get yourself to 5A. And I don't know, maybe we have a conflict. You don't like me anymore. You don't want to work with me. And now you want to move over to Lysandra. Like, okay, yes, life is, life happens. You have your choice, all that stuff. But I guess just to protect, existing distributors, and that, so they do have that kind of like, that cooling period. Like if you do move, these are conditioned. If you're willing to accept it, then yes, you can move. But that's all it is at the end of the day. So yeah, so that's what the FA0 is all about. So any question regarding that? F62.
Yeah, thank you, Coach Karen, for doing that. I have a questions about the 6As that has to have a 30 unit sales within 6 months. So what happened is longer than 6 months? Are they not gonna qualify for incentive, title incentive?
Well, if you're already existing 6A, which means you may or may not have already received your 3,000 title incentive when you moved, or when you achieve that, right? So you already got it. So when you move over as a 6A, they give you that 30 units in 6 months for you to reclaim your title as a 6A again. But I'm not sure, like, I don't know, the sheet didn't say, like, just say you move over and within 6 months, you don't have that sale. Are you forever a 5A then? I honestly, I cannot answer that. Like, I'll have to ask my manager, because she just sent me that sheet and those are all the rules, but I guess that is true. Like, what happens? Yeah. If you move over and you become a dead leg and do nothing. Okay, I'll make a note to ask her what happens, but I guess it just doesn't make sense that if you move over and you become a dead leg, then you're still.
Yeah, because it's like what happened after the 6 months, like it's hard to bring sale for 30 units in 6 months.
Yeah, it's doable, but it's not easy. But I guess it's true. It's like, it's like, how can you do 30? Because it's true. You come over, you're starting fresh on your own because you have no more team. Yeah. So I don't really understand about that, because I can see that if you make it in 30 months, then you qualify for this, like this bonus again. But if you don't, then you don't get the bonus. So that makes sense. But you can still slowly work your way up to 6A. So I'm not sure why they have that and what happened if you don't. So I'll make a note to ask my manager.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. Okay, any other question? So Lynn asked here in the chat, 6A2 FA0 in Australia, I believe in Australia, can they move over? Lynn, you're in an English Zoom, type in English. Anyway, so she's asking if you are 6A2, can you and you're in Australia, can you FA0 over? Apparently, I assume you can, but then you just have to need the approval from your manager, and make sure that you're under a different like -3 group, and like I mean, according to the policy, it doesn't say that you cannot, but like I said, again, it's at the discretion of the manager, right? So he can approve that or he cannot approve. So there's no guarantee, but it's all up to the manager if they allow that or not. So I'm not sure what criteria they look at to allow you to move over or not. And yeah, so it's all up to discretion of the manager. Any other question, guys? Yeah, go ahead, Jackson.
Yeah, I have a question about the the supplies, the commission for the supplies. So I bought a K8, let's say, and I buy replacement filter for that K8.
Yeah.
Do I have to use that K8's account to buy the filter, or I can use any of my accounts to buy any filter?
You can buy, with YouTube, when we buy a filter, they always ask us to put in an ID number.
Yeah,
So you can put in an
right.
ID number. Yeah.
Uh,
So you can
and
put
this
in,
ID, yeah. So whatever ID I put to buy the filter, there's still 8 points of commission that moves
that's
up.
right. It's still right. So let's just say you have like 3 stacked account, and maybe you put under your bottom stack, so all your 4 accounts get, and let's say your bottom stack is a 2A, so then that one will get 2, and then
Right.
your first, second, and then your top account is 4, so you'll get a total of 8 points for all your 3 accounts. So yeah, so it's still, each filter is
Similar.
passed up within the 8 points, and it works just like a machine. But the only thing is they don't pay you out the commission until you reach a certain threshold. Because I know once I'll get a check for a few $100 filter sales, and I really
Right.
don't know where it comes from, right? Because we can't track who's buying filter, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. 8 times 7 is $56 for a filter. Thank you, Lynn. That's good to know. Yeah. Alrighty, so if we're clear on that FA0, so
One more question, Coach. One more question about name change not allowed. So what happened if that ID becomes 682-3 and then you want to transfer to your family or your spouse? Is
you
it
can.
still allowable?
I think doing a transfer to your spouse is probably allowed, but I think a name change to like a corporation or something, maybe not. But I believe obviously eventually, we're not going to live forever, or something happens,
Yeah.
and you're going to pass it on to your children. I think that's a different story, because that's like, I guess then maybe, like, even though these are the policy, but sometimes Enagic is not super strict. It only when they suspicious about this move or this change, and they'll probably require documents, right? Just say you want to move it to your spouse, then maybe they require a marriage certificate that he is your spouse, right? And then, or if you want to transfer to your kids, maybe they'll need some sort of birth certificate saying that you are the mother. It's just to prevent people from, I guess, making things up and moving around. That's all. Yeah.
So what about the process of submitting? Do we need like a new sponsor on that form as well, or how does it work?
Yeah, so there is a let me just open that up. So if you go to the back office, there is an FA0 form. So you need to fill that out and submit that form along with your new product form as well. And on that distributor form, I think your old upline needs to like sign it, and your new 6A, oh, not your previous 6A as well. Okay, here it is. Yes. So, oh no, this is the FA0. So this is for the product. Oh yeah, this is the form that you need to submit. So this is just like the regular product form. And then this is the form that you would submit. So you can see that your name and ID number, and then your address, and then the distributor date. So this is for the info on your old ID, okay? And then the highest rank you achieve, let's say you're a 3A, total sales, you can see how many sales you got, and then the last direct sales. So that's why they want to check, make sure it's not within the 2 years. And then they ask for your previous sponsor, then your new sponsor, and then new sponsor ID and rank, and then total sales for the new sponsor. So yeah, there are a few things, and then they ask for, yeah, see the branch manager sign. So it's pretty straightforward. You just have to submit. This is the only extra form you need to submit for the FA0.
So who will be submitting? Is it the FAO person who submit with the new order form, or we as a sponsor submit that form for them?
It's either way. It's just like when you have a new buyer, obviously they fill out the form, and we usually submit it for them. So the same thing, they fill that form and we submit it all together with your order. So you just submit it like a new order, but you attach this form as well, right?
Okay.
But then I
Okay.
guess in the email, you just have to make sure you write, this is an FA0 order, and you also attach the FA0 form. So I'm sure when they get the order, they'll see that and they'll know it's an FA0. Or even when they try, obviously, when they try to register the new sponsor, if you don't have an FA0, they'll send you and say, oh, you cannot register her because she's already have a sponsor ID under somebody, right? And then, but if you submitted this FA0, they'll check it out. And usually they will register, because GOC will just register the products. They will forward all this to your local branch, and it's up to the local branch to check everything, and then they will process and finalize the order, right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. So this, like the
We cannot hear you, Coach.
I think we lost her.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
the
do.
internet is
Yeah, cannot
lagging.
hear you. Hello. She is there, but we cannot hear her.
Yes, I think your internet is lagging, Jay Karen.
Yeah, it's buffering.
She is unmuted.
Maybe somebody else new come up and introduce yourself.
Let's Lan do first, right?
What do
You
you
brought
mean
the
I do
question
first?
up.
I'm here for years. You guys already knew who I am.
For newbie, they don't know
Yeah,
you
for
yet.
newbie.
I think Karen is back. You want to try saying something?
I'm not sure what happened, but my thing went weird and my audio wasn't working. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I was saying that, the FA0 is a great opportunity if we're running ads and we come across someone that is already existing distributor with offline before, and then now they find the online way and they want to join online, but they already have ID number and maybe they have some sales, right? So they don't need to cancel everything and start fresh. If they haven't had any sales in the last 2 years, they can join us and start under us, but still keep their points and grow their business, right? So just given those rules that they have less than 70 points or all of that stuff. So just to make sure.
So
Okay.
by doing that, Coach, we don't have any conflict with Anarchic, right? Offline.
No.
No.
Yeah. Because, as long as we didn't intentionally approach someone and get someone, because they just saw our ad and now they came to us looking for this opportunity, right? And honestly, if they had no sales in the last 2 years, that means they're not inactive. It's not like they're actively active and you poach them over. So no, because that's why United have that FA0 to give people the freedom. Because what if their upline is not even active? Like they're on their own, right? So that's the part of the reason, is to be able to give people who want to restart their business the support they need, right? Under a new team, under a new group, right? Okie dokie. Are we good? Okay. So one last little share that we're gonna do today is on the EmGuard and KAir, because I want to make sure, because this has come up in a little bit in the coaches chat. So I just want to again have some clarity so that people, when they go to coach or mentor people, they'll know what to do. Okay, get this out of the way. page 1. So by now, I'm sure you guys all know that, where's my page? You all know that we have, obviously, EmGuard and KAir is nothing new anymore. It's been around for like almost a year now for both of these products. And of course, Enagic being Enagic, they kind of just coming out with rules or policy as things go along, right? Then things come up, people ask, they're like, oh yeah, this. Oh no. Let's Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
For example, it's weird. It says that it can't access micro. Okay, so basically now things are a little bit more clear. So all of this what we're going through, they apply to both the EmGuard and the KAir, okay? So this new distributor now can start with EmGuard or KAir as their main ID. They can. But if they choose to start with just one product and it's either EmGuard or KAir, that means they will only be receiving approximately 70% commissions on all future sales of machines, okay? So they're not going to be entitled to full commission. So that's like the downside of that. So the same apply for Ukon, so they'll get no commission or points for Ukon because they don't have an Ukon account. And they are not qualified to buy an E8P8 membership. We cannot use this EmGuard or KAir sale as an enroller, right? So let's just say, Kim joined under my business and I'm registered her under my account, but I want to put my top account as the enroller. I'm not allowed to do that. So EmGuard cannot use that as the enroller, okay, or KAir. And then these products will count as 1 point for the total of that 100 sales that we need to rank up to 6A. But it will only be counted as half a point if it is used to calculate incentives, bonuses, or contests, okay? I'll just go into some example in a little bit to have more clarity on all that. And then let's say if a distributor start with
Okay, we lost you again, Coach.
Karen, it's a bit choppy. We can't hear you. Can anyone hear Karen?
No, Tracy.
Okay, Karen, you're choppy again.
Yeah, she might need to restart her computer.
We still cannot hear her, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to call her.
No. Okay, everybody put an ear emoji on the screen.
Does anybody knows how long does the EmGuard shipping time?
Yeah, my experience is very quick. Usually within 5 days, 5 to
Really?
7 days. Yeah. it's
Really,
very quick.
I ordered a month ago. Still haven't received yet.
Where are you in Canada?
Yes.
Did they give you a tracking number?
Uh, mm,
You should
on
have
is
a tracking number.
on the file from.
No, they should send you an email.
Oh,
The
I'll check.
the company that's the FedEx or whatever the courier company.
Oh, okay.
You should get a tracking from. So if you don't have one, maybe check with the Magic, the office. Yeah. Usually
Okay.
it's very quick. It's quicker than when you buy like a machine
Oh,
in
really?
in North America. Yes, it's very quick.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
I think
problem.
Karen is back. Hello, Karen. Can you hear us?
I think
can hear you
Karen's
guys.
still not. Oh,
Hear me?
Karen, you're still in and out.
It's too bad.
I think it's the internet speed issue.
Yeah, I think so. So maybe it's a good time for anybody have question can ask, and other coaches here can answer.
Yeah, I have one more question, please. So there is a direct sell and team sales. So my team would be my buyers.
Your team, what?
Is people they says I can get the points and commissions from the sales from my direct sell and the team sales, right? So
Yes.
I haven't have any sales yet. So once I start to get the sales, and then
Yes.
those buyers gonna be my mentees, right? So
Yes.
those people is gonna be my team.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
And when they start doing advertising and they get the distributor, whatever that distributor buys, you get the commission. So that's what we call indirect sales, right?
Yeah. So the team. So I don't have a team. New distributors have no team at the beginning. Is that right?
Yeah, you're your own team right now. Yes.
I don't have any team member, I think.
Yes. No.
So once my buyer's gonna be my team, I guess. Is that right?
Correct. Your
Okay.
buyer who becomes a distributor will become your team.
I see. So unless I have no buyers and there is no chance to team members.
You will have buyers and you will have distributors,
I
right?
will. Yeah.
Think differently.
Just
Yeah.
say it's on the way. It's on the way. Just keep
Yeah.
on with the training and advertising. Learn
So
about
the
advertising.
following the training site, and then almost like 2 months later, they're starting the conversion ads. So I'm almost like 3 months, but I'm still nervous to run the conversion ads. So how long did you guys started the conversion ads since you start your own business?
You're talking about Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook advertisement, conversion
Yeah.
ad.
Yes, you don't have to run a conversion ad. It's not a requirement. So like
I
for
see.
us, my wife and I, we only run message ad because now we have the lead group, right? So with the lead group, it makes sense to have the message ad where you can they can become your Facebook friend. You can invite them to the lead group. But if it's a conversion ad, you bring them to your website. They sign up as your lead, but you still don't know, you don't have a connection with them, right?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
also seems like a little bit risky and can get restricted from the meta.
Well, I wouldn't say that's the reason that I don't run the conversion ad because yeah,
So
it is
I
a
think
more
you just have
it is
to
more
test.
risky.
Message
Yeah.
ad is better, or the lead generation ad is better to get their buyers?
You know, my
Mm.
suggestion is you go through the training and then go through all the campaign is recommended training. So start with the message ad. Well, the likes campaign, obviously, and then the message ad 2 weeks later, and then the lead generation another 2 weeks later, and then go with conversion, because conversion is where you will have less work to do. It's pretty much they click on the button, learn more, they go straight to your website and register, right? So that's less work for you. But there is a lot of people in the community that, you know, message ad might work better for them, or lead generation might work better for them. So you have to test and make sure which one is seeing more result for you. Okay, so we're talking about testing, and but best follow the training and make sure, you know, you do that 2 weeks, because that's recommended, so that you learn, you give Facebook the opportunity to learn the algorithm and learn, you know, your targeted audience as well. And then when, you know, that kind of you know, you start having a feel of what works for you from there, and then you can just start, because you will want to do what works for you, and you will see if you don't get result, then you will have to, you know, do more testing in which campaign, right? So let's say Jackson talk about message ad, because, you know, you then connect with your audience more when you have a message ad. You actually get to ask them more questions, you get to connect with them more on a personal level. You know, you have that opportunity to actually invite them to the lead group as well. So that will give them a bigger picture of our business and the results that we're getting as well, and give them some sort of trust, right? So it's different for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Also, I feel I saw the result, like on a regular Facebook post, we post daily 3 times, right? Well, no one is really like engaging, like liking and you know, with the daily posts. But when I pay something like engagement or message, and then people really like engages because of it's paid. So is that same for you guys too?
Are you talking about boosting your post?
I'm not boosting. I just when we pay, like you know, the engagement post and page likes, and then lead generations, those are paid for. We have to pay for it, and then those works well. People click and likes a lot, but just daily post in the business page, no one is really like engaging.
Yeah. So with the business post, you know, you have to build your business post, because it depends on how much engagement people are interacting with your posts. Content creating is very important as well. So try to, you know, look at the insights in your business page, see, like, you know, which post is resonating with people, and you know, do more of that. Like you can check the insights in your business page settings, and just see what's working, because it doesn't, main thing is, you know, you're getting traffic to your business page. Okay, so when you the likes campaign is the best one, right? So that you're getting all new fresh people to your page all the time. But you know, your posts have to be really engaging for people start interacting with your you know, your post as well. Don't worry about if people are like, you know, liking or not liking, right? The important thing is you're posting consistently on your page, and you know, make sure that, you know, it's good content, you know. So we talk a lot about that in our training as well, you know, mix it up. And then Yasanet just shared today as well, you know, her page is really great because she mix a lot of like business posts, personal posts, because people want to get to know, like, and trust you, right? And that's where your business page is, and that's your shop front, right? So you always have to constantly be on there. And then we talk about in Sam Hines, you know, lesson, she talked really great around like, doing a lot of reels as well. Reels will really, spread out your engagement more, spread out your reach more, because, more people are actually interacting, and Facebook likes that. So the more you engage back, it's not just one way. You have to engage with your people who are commenting on your page as well. Okay, so two-way interaction. Facebook likes that, right? So just continue monitor like what works for you on your business page. Okay, yeah.
I checked the insights one time, and what age people were mostly engaged with me. It was like over 60, mostly like seniors and retired people. So I was thinking maybe I should run my ads for the retirement people, but I'm not sure. So how should I really like target my audience, and when I create
for targeting, it's another.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys.
Facebook
Karen's
age
back.
is different, right?
Yeah.
Back.
Thank you, Kim, and I guess thank you for entertaining the whole group while I was MIA. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, I logged in from my phone just so I can wrap this up. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so when we talk about engagement and building a business, guys, it takes time. And remember, nowadays, some people, they're following you. They're watching you, but quietly. It just because they're not engaging, just because they don't react, they don't like your post, they don't comment, doesn't mean they're not watching, right? So don't get stuck on how many likes you have, how many comment you have. Just focus on putting content out there, right? Because that's what Simon said right nowadays too. Like, ask yourself, sometimes when I scroll through Facebook, I don't like every post, even though I open it and I read it, but I don't really like everything or comment on it, right? So if you notice, if you post something like, oh, it's a birthday post, you get so many comment, happy birthday. But if you post something else, people may read it, but sometimes they don't comment. People just like to, I guess the word is they troll you, but it doesn't mean people are not watching, right? So just don't get so carried away on looking at how many likes you have, how many followers you have, because remember how they're saying now the algorithm has changed. Even though I have 10,000 or 100 followers, it doesn't mean that your post or your post will not go viral. It doesn't always mean that now. So the algorithm is changing because the AI is getting smarter, and whether we like it or not, like Facebook or Google is listening to our conversation. They're, you talk about something the next day, I promise you go on YouTube, you go on Google, you'll see ads around that topic or that thing. So that's why it's more interest focused now, what you see on newsfeed, rather than based on your followers, right? So that's why just focus on putting content out that's going to add value. And if you're consistent, you show up day in, day out, like eventually people will know you, like you, and trust you. And then they will start to engage and, convert to leads and to buyers. Okay. So the other, like I said, I was going to wrap up by giving you the example on the MGuard and stuff, where I said on that note, where I said it counts as 1 point as you rank up from 1A to 2A, 3A, all the way up to 6A, right? So it will count as 1 point, but it will only count as half a point if you want to use it for qualifying for bonuses, incentive, or contest. So for example, of course, I'll use the 6A one because that's the one everybody is kind of confused about. Let's just say you have 90 sales right now. This month, starting August, you have 90 sales. So now you need 10 more sales for you to have 100 sales to qualify for 6A, okay? So let's say in the month of August, you have 10 MGuard sale. That gets you to 100 points. Yes, you can, and if you have 300,000, just keep in mind, all my example means you qualify for 300,000 as well, okay? Now, you have 90 points, maybe with 280,000 points in sales volume already, okay? Now you have another 10 MGuards, but that's still not enough. Maybe you have 290,000, okay? So you just need 10 more thousand in sales volume, and you need 10 more points. And now you have 10 MGuards that give you 10 points, and it will be over 300,000. So you qualify to claim 6A. You can put in a sale and claim 6A. You will become a 6A, no problem, right? But you will not qualify for the $3,000 bonus, even though you have 10 sales that month, because for the bonus, those 10 sales of the MGuard will be only counted as half a point. So if you have 10 sales, each is worth half, that means you only really have only 5 points for the bonus. So that's why you don't qualify for the title incentive, because you only have 5 points, right? So for example, another example is just say you have 80 points starting this month and you have 20 MGuard sale. So 20 MGuards, that gives you 100 sale, then you qualify, and the 300,000. But this time you qualify for the title incentive because that 20 sales, each is worth half. So you divide it by 2, you still have 10 points, right? Because 20 sales, half a point each will give you 10 points. And it still gives you the total of 100 sale. So that's why you still qualify for the bonus. So that's the difference there, right? So that's why, so just be aware, just like you have like 85 points and maybe you have like 10 MGuards and then you have another 5 K8 or machine sales, you will qualify because you have 10 MGuards, that gives you 5 points because each is only half. So that's a total of 5. And you have another 5 machine sales. So that's another 5 is equal 10, right? But then that still give you a total of 10 sales to qualify to the bonus, but it still give you a total of 100 sales for you to qualify to become a 6A. So that's the where it changes. So then it's a little bit confusing, but you can still qualify. So if you're looking for the bonus, just to make sure it only counts at half a point. Okay. So I hope that's clear. So do you guys have any question? No? Okay. So that's
Do you have any
basically,
question?
yeah. Do you have questions?
Maybe she's Kim has it. I know. If
Yeah.
not, I will.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
No, go ahead, sis Kim. Go.
thank you. Because the internet was choppy. I'm not sure if it's my side or your side, Karen. But I want, if you haven't mentioned this, so if we start someone with an MGuard or a KAir, does it affect our bonuses from 6A onwards? Like not the bonuses, let's say group sale or monthly, quarterly bonus, would that affect anything with the bonuses?
Will it affect you as the upline, or are you referring to affecting the distributor that starts with
The person, yes, the person starting, yes.
Yeah, so I said in the slide, maybe it was choppy or you didn't hear. So in the slide, it says that if someone start with an MGuard and then for them to qualify for the bonuses or any incentives, then they need to have an active UConn protecting that MGuard. That's as per Darren.
Yes.
As per Darren. Yes. So that's what Enagic has told Darren. But like I said, they're just fine tuning all as people come up with questions like, will this qualify? Then Enagic will make up policy or rules around that. Then this is the rule now, right? So it's right now, Darren said that's what we've been told, right? So as long as
they have to keep that UConn active all the time then.
Yes.
To protect that main account. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so basically, but the same thing, if you have a, let's just say you start with a machine, obviously machine is qualified for everything, but let's just say that machine is a 6A2 or a -2, and for the monthly, quarterly bonus, you still need to be SB status to qualify. So that's why you still need UConn or you still need a direct sale every 3 months. I am assuming the MGuard or KAir is the same thing, but I don't know why Darren said an UConn to protect it, because the UConn will always protect it to have SB status, so you automatically qualify. But I think if you still have a direct sale every 3 months, and keep it SB status, I'm sure it still qualifies. So, but right now it has to be UConn for the MGuard and the thing. So maybe that's just the rule.
It makes sense. It makes sense. They need to have a machine with a Enagic because the MGuard and the KAir technically is not their product. That's why.
Just a small like an add-on products, on the side. So it's not the main ID. So it's just they still give you the option to start the business with that, but of course with reduced commission and to earn bonuses and incentive, then you need to have one of their products, right? Their main flagship products, like the UConn and stuff. Yeah. So I hope that is a bit more clear with how no problem. Yeah. Alrighty. So Alrighty, I see Tessie's got her hand up one more time, so maybe we'll take this last question and then we'll wrap it up. But Tessie, before I take your last question, Kim, if you don't mind just to do some screenshots of the pictures so that if people that needs to leave, they can leave, because before I forget, unfortunately, my computer is kind of
Okay.
so I'll just need you to help
No
me do that.
problem. I'll take a photo. Turn on your camera, guys. All right, ready? There's going to be two slides. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, another slide. Give me 1 second. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks,
I'll
Kim.
share it later.
Sure. Okay, Tessie, you can go ahead with your question, and yeah.
Okay, it might be a big topic to chat now at this time, but I saw this information in an email from Enagic. So it was start to be August 2nd, but they moved it to September. It was the some Kangen machines price and the points.
Increase. Yeah.
Commission is gonna increasing or going down?
If they increase the price, typically they also increase their commission, but we don't know yet until, they send out the memo, what is the new commission. But I know we did get the notice that there will be in price increase. This is only for Canada, the guys, so it's not everywhere because every country's got their own price list and their own things. So unfortunately, Canada is getting hit with another price increase. Well, they did say August, but they always extend it one more month. So it will be effective September. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Alrighty, you're welcome. Alrighty, guys. So that brings us to, I guess, an hour and a half of our meeting today. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to join us today. And sorry about the technical issue. I will have the replay up hopefully by the end of today, if not tomorrow. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the sunshine and, well, I
Thank
guess
you,
for
Karen.
Canada, but not for Australia. Anyway, stay safe and we'll see you next month. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Coach. Thank
you.
you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.